Hello, Susannah here from The Good Property Company. Right, I'm doing a whole series for you guys about deals so that you can take the information I give you and transfer it to your own businesses. So good luck in property and work super hard and go for it. Right, we are on to some of my source deals. If you've seen the early series, we talk about the first 7 deals I did and then I jumped out of my day job. I actually raised 600 grand to buy some of those deals. I did the first few on my own money, 60 grand taken from my mortgage, and then I borrowed 600 grand, bought additional number of deals, and then jumped out into my day job. Jumped out of my day job, which meant that I had cash flow. Being, I'd already a multi-million pound portfolio, although baby multi-million pound portfolio, but it meant that, you know, all the cash was going out and very little cash was coming back in. So what did I do? I turned to deal sourcing, and it was very useful in the short term for deal packaging. Now this one makes me laugh. Why? Because the investor, who became a very good friend of mine, did extremely well. But this is the same investor, if you see my video on Castle Road, that lent me 167,500 quid cash, no questions asked, obviously all legally above board, so that I could buy my first HMO. So I have also done extremely well from that relationship, and I love the fact that he made so much money on this deal. We made just under 5 grand. So this is Regent Street. What it was a commercial unit. It was an office above a bank, and it had planning permission to turn into 4 flats. Now at the time, and sometimes I think in property it's terribly important for you to know where you stop and start. What's your current capacity? Now I would do that deal all day long. I just would know how to do that inside out. But at the time, this was only like my 10th or 11th deal, you know, so I didn't have the capacity or the knowledge to be able to do this. And by staying safe in property, you might be giving away a bit more profit to other people, but you are in the business for the long run, not short run. So don't overstretch yourselves until you've built up experience and capacity to be able to do deals like this one. So it was a commercial building. It had planning permission to turn into 4 flats. Great. We bought it we got it agreed at 98,000. We charged him 5%. So we got just under 5 grand. Just under 5 grand. Great. That 5 grand helped run my business. Fabulous. I was delighted. Let's hear what he did. He then renovated it. It was a 120 grand renovation. He did very well. He actually brought his we're in Bristol. He brought his builders over from Wales every day. He had 3 quotes and they did range enormously in price, and he took that quote. And then he sold all 4 flats to the same investor for £395,000. So before costs, obviously legals, interest and all the rest of it, he made a gross profit of £218,000. Good for him. At that point, I didn't have the knowledge to be able to do that myself. Do you think I got myself educated very fast to get that knowledge, so that in the most lovely way, every other deal I ever did of that type, I did myself? Yes. But in the early days, it was a safer bet to take a 5 grand fee, keep my business running forward, develop my knowledge and my capacity, and have somebody much more experienced develop. Because of course, as usual, there were problems with the build. Of course there are. There always are. So whilst you might go, Suze, you complete muppet, and I thoroughly hear you, that was appropriate for the growth stage of my business. I hope just that kind of broad business thinking is quite useful for you, as well as hearing how much money my investor made. Gross 218. We made 5. But, you know, it goes around, comes around. If you want to keep up to date, because we've got tons of helpful information for you on how to make money in property, subscribe to my channel and turn your notifications on.